we filming? Yes, we are. So welcome to another video. This video is a review of the Filofax Malden in mini size. This is going to be quite a long review. So for those of you that are in a hurry, I am posting my conclusions at the time on the screen now. And for the rest of you, let's go to my review of the Filofax Malden in mini size. So the Malden, obviously a very, very popular binder, personal organizer from the Filofax brand. I think the first thing we need to talk about is the leather, because as a consumer, as a buyer, you have to ideally look very, very carefully at the leather quality, because it does appear to have changed over the years. I think my gut feeling is, having been the owner of, I currently own two of these. One in personal size, and I'm not really happy about the leather at all. And this mini size, where I think the leather is very, very good. It might be, and I'm not the first owner of this, it might be the case that this is an early version, because the leather does appear to be very, very nice. So buyer beware, especially if you're buying online. You need ideally to see pictures of the actual binder that you're interested in, but I guess the safest way of doing this is buy it in a shop, but this one appears to be very, very nice. I think the first thing we need to do is the flatability test, and I'm going to quantify that in a minute, but have a look at this. Well, the flatability is 0, partly because of the way this is constructed, but primarily because you've got this full width pocket. This is going to be used as a wallet by many people. It's less likely to be used as a writing tool specifically, but if you're in the habit of, or you prefer to write notes while you have, for instance, your other hand is holding a phone, or you're using a mouse or a laptop, this is not ideal. This is not ideal. And what isn't ideal also is the springiness of the strap. If you're right-handed, then personally I would find that very annoying. I mean, I don't know because I'm not a right-hander, but I suppose some people might tuck it under there, but it's not ideal. This is not ideal, but I suspect for many users of this mini size binder, flatability is not the be all and end all, as we say in the UK, but it is something to be aware of. There is not much in the way of flatability. If I turn it over with one finger, it just follows. You know, it's not great. So people who are buying this presumably are not interested in perfect flatability. Okay, so rings. On this particular example, the rings are excellent, and they open and shut really nicely. There's no misalignment. It's a good strong spring. It is a bit noisy, but you know, it is what it is. These rings, let's just do a final measurement. I believe they're 15 millimeters. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so 15 millimeters, which I actually, from a personal point of view, I quite like these. Although many of my mini size slimline binders are as small as 11 millimeters. 11 millimeters would give you a capacity of around about 80 sheets of 50 GSM paper. So these will give you considerably more. For many people, 15 millimeters is the sweet spot, and as I understand it, currently the mini-sized binders in the Filofax range, they do appear to all, as far as I'm aware, unless I'm mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I am. They're all 15 millimeters. Okay, so as I was saying, the leather feels really, really nice. You've got the let's just zoom in. Upside down, there we go. Filofax Malden mini organizer, antiqued leather. Okay, so there we go. That is exactly what it is. It feels like antiqued leather, if antiqued leather is a thing. But the attention to detail is actually really, really impressive. Look at these corners, for instance. I mean, you can't get much better than that for this price. Anyway, for this price. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice corners. Some of the best I've actually seen. You know, very, very impressive. The zip, and I've got to talk about the zip because this is a YKK zip. It is very, very smooth. Let's zoom out a bit. It's very, very smooth, and the reason why I am going a bundle on this zip is because my brand new Malden, which I bought from W.H. Smith's here in the UK last year, or not last year, earlier on this year, the zip is terrible. Whereas this one, very, very nice and smooth. I believe that I can only assume because the one on my Malden that I bought in personal size is not a YKK zip. It has no name. I just wonder whether that is one of the cost-saving measures where they've reduced the manufacturing costs by specifying a lower, not lower quality, but it's not YKK. And this YKK zip is very, very nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So the leather is good. The flatability is not so good. The rings are good in this particular model. And obviously, for those of you that like this sort of thing, you have lots of storage, even on this mini-size binder. So you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket, full-width pocket here, behind the zip, and then another full-width pocket, and then another full-width pocket, and then another full-width pocket. So no card slots here. But you can, I guess, put your credit cards in any of these slots. Perhaps this one is probably the most ideal. And then, of course, you've got the full width pocket. So you could easily use this as a wallet if that is something that you would want to do. Overall, I'm very, very impressed with this. Let's talk about this pen, not the pen loop, the strap. I mean, I do like these. I do. I mean, I do blow hot and cold over the Filofax brand, but there is some really, really nice features here. The Filofax logo on the popper, and the stitching everywhere is really, really good quality. Only you can determine whether it's whether the quality is deteriorated with this particular model, the Malden, over the years. As I was saying, I feel in my bones that this is an early version. Is there a code? Yes, there is, but who knows about these codes these days? So you can clearly see it says SCW. So draw your own conclusions as to the date. It's I think it's a nice thing. I as you know, I'm a big fan of personal size, yes, but mini binders in particular. I tend not to use these as wallets, because if you lose your wallet, you lose all your Filofax notes as well. So I keep them separate. But I can easily see how this would be a very, very nice. I mean, I can see the attraction. It's in this particular era, this is very well made indeed, and the leather feels nice. It feels nice. I don't know how much wear this has, but there's no deterioration of the leather. It hasn't worn through. Obviously, this leather is a thin layer bonded to a man-made substrate, and quite often with Filofaxes, the thin veneer of leather wears through, and then you can see the unsightly cardboard or whatever they use underneath. But this one seems good. It's just nice. Now, as far as the pen loop concerned, I'm not too happy about the pen loop, but it is what it is. This is an inbound pen loop. What I mean by inbound is that it is sewn into the hem, which is the cheaper way of doing it. Outbound pen loops, where the manufacturing processes are more complex, result in this pen loop sticking out, so that it doesn't interfere with tabs on the dividers, if that is something that you're using. The other thing I don't like about this pen loop, let's just try this is a standard Filofax pen. It is okay. It's sort of perfect for this sort of pen. One thing it isn't suitable for is a snub nose pen. This is a mini Lumos, which has the same diameter, external diameter, as the Filofax, but it is snub nosed. And one of the problems, and I've mentioned this many times before, if you have a pen loop here where it's a thin layer, where it's folded over and stitched with a hem, the problem is when you insert this, and I don't want to, because I don't want to risk catching the join inside. That can mean that you're snagging the join, and then over time that becomes a very, very ragged piece of material inside. So it's not recommended for this type of pen loop to use anything snub nosed. You either need to use a Filofax pen or something similar with a point. This is a Parker Jotter, and that fits fine. And you can see that because it's got a bit more pointy than a snub-nosed pen, then it means that you can use it. I'm a big fan of. Let me just see if I can get this. This is a Pilot V7, and it would fit in here, as you can see, but I don't know whether you can hear that. It's just catching there, and you can use it. It's fine, but the problem is if you carry on using it, you can feel that it's going to catch, and it's going to pull that hem apart inside that join, and then it's just going to then the raggedness is just going to reveal itself in all its ingloriousness. So something that you need to be aware of if you buy this model. It's the inbound pen loop, which will interfere potentially with your dividers or your tabs. So it might be worth having vertical tabs rather than the top tabs rather than side tabs. But you pays your money, and you takes your choice. So, in conclusion, for those of you that are in a hurry, the leather on this possibly early version of the mini binder is very, very good. I like it. Stitches are impressive. The quality in the corners, stitching everything, it feels very, very good. The flatability is absolutely non-existent, so that might influence your decision if you are concerned about that sort of thing. The rings in this particular case are 15mm. They're in perfect alignment. They open and shut nicely, Lots of pockets, as you would expect. YKK zip on here, nice and smooth. So several full-length pockets, all very, very nice. There's a little bit of stiffness in the strap, which may put off writers, a bit awkward. Inbound pen loop, as I've mentioned many times before, is really only suitable for a Filofax pen or similar with a pointy ends, because the last thing you want is to use a snub nose pen, because with the fold over in here, rather than use a piece of full thickness leather, they've used some much thinner leather and folded it over to form a join inside, and a snub nose pen could catch it. So that's something to be aware of. And being inbound, this could potentially interfere with tabs. But overall, a nice product in my opinion, but beware. My caveat would be beware. If you're interested in one of these, then bear in mind that the leather may change over time. This is probably an early version with excellent leather. You decide whether modern versions of this binder are good enough for you. Thanks very much for watching my review. If you're looking for more reviews, then click down here. And if you're looking for even more, then consider becoming a channel member to watch videos like this up here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.